SARS has a radius for the droplets of 3 feet. This has a radius of at least 6 feet. So it travels through the air. It has a lethality rate of about 15%, an infectivity rate of about 83%. Those are figures from Lancet. It has an incubation period of at least 14 days, and it is asymptomatic, which means that people could be spreading the coronavirus and show no symptoms at all. Yes, it is extremely dangerous. We're not exactly sure how dangerous it is. As to your point on ethnic-specific biological weapons, yes, we've tried to develop them here in the United States under the influence of the neocons who believe in these things. That's in the PNAC report. They worked for Reagan. They then have worked again for Bush Jr. Regretfully, they seem to have come back into power under President Trump, but maybe he'll fire them like he did Bolton. We've discussed that before. The Israelis have worked on it. The South Africans under the apartheid regime. However, today's New York Times just reported the first Black African studying over there to have come down with the coronavirus. So it very well, at this point, I was considering race-specific, and with this.
But if Chinese and blacks are so different, then that would kind of preclude that.
I think that is my conclusion, Alex. That's correct. So I don't think this is that. But it's clear this thing blew back on the Chinese, just as all these hideous biological warfare agents that we're working on in our own BSL-4 facilities.
Like Lyme disease, they think came from that New York offshore lab the deer swam across Plum Island, and the Russians, the Kamchatka release of anthrax. Remember that?
Yes, the Lyme disease clearly came out of the biowarfare lab at Plum Island. Likewise, West Nile disease clearly came out of the biowarfare lab at Plum Island.
So, like you tried to author the thing, it got picked up as law. Why don't everybody just agree to stop this? Like you said, they're creating super bioweapons for threats that don't exist, creating the very weapon that creates the threat.
You're exactly right. That's what I tried to do with my Biological Weapons Anti-Terrorism Act by making this punishable by life imprisonment. I don't believe in the death penalty. They wanted to put that in there. And I said, no, I don't want the death penalty in my legislation. I thought I would send a message to all life scientists here in America not to do this. Indeed, I gave interviews to many of the science magazines pointing out that they face life in prison if they did this. But Alex, the last time I crunched the numbers was 2015. We had 13,000 so-called life scientists here in the United States involved in the research, development, and testing of biological warfare agents.
Folks, once you need the food, once you need the water filters, once you need the masks, it'll be too late to get them. You got to get them now before you find that you require them for survival. Trust us, this is not something to be messing around with. Please go to InfoWarsStore.com, make your purchase today, and at least have that part of survival covered. The food, the time it will take for the rest of society to collapse or calm down or whatever the case may be. The RZ air filtration mask M2 mesh. I have one of those personally. I've got a couple of these things off the old InfoWars store. I am prepared. Are you? If you're not, InfoWarsStore.com, on sale now. Everything you need to prepare yourself for whatever comes next, folks. It's not necessarily the disease. It's the panic that surrounds the disease. It's the collapse that the disease would bring upon that you need to be prepared for. Food will be off the shelves, water won't be available, you might not even be able to leave your house. You got to be prepared before it comes down.